Here we're given a problem where we're talking about a triangle and we're given some measurements for that triangle and asked to find the value of x that, well, frankly, makes this a triangle. Well, the first thing you'll probably notice is there's no diagram. And if you're familiar enough with triangles, you don't really need it here, but it's a good habit to get into. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a diagram. Now, something you'll probably notice is I really didn't take a lot of time to make that diagram particularly pretty. It doesn't matter. Really, we're just looking for placeholders to where we can get a better idea of this triangle, this actual object that we are working with. So now that I've labeled everything, it should be real apparent that I'm looking for a relationship between the three angles. Because again, we're just trying to find some formula. Our goal is to turn this geometry problem into an algebra problem. Well, if you watched the previous video or you're just familiar with triangles, we know that the three angles of a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So if I take the three angles of this triangle and add them up, they must equal 180 degrees. Well, that's perfect because I already know I basically have values for those. And now those values all contain an unknown, but that shouldn't be a big deal because I'm an algebra pro. So I'm going to substitute in the given values, and then we just do some algebra. So we'll combine like terms. You'll notice I dropped all the degree signs. I'll be honest, that's kind of like sloppy, but in the end, we know that our final solution is going to be, actually, I should drop the degrees here. Our final solution, all of our formulas already have the degree symbol in them, so we can just kind of drop that out. Continue on, we'll eliminate that 5 from the left side of the equation and divide by 5 so that I have just 1x on the left here. So I get that 1x should equal 37 degrees. Now, I don't want you to take my word for it, so I'm going to prove that by plugging that in to these different formulas here. And you could use a calculator to add this up, but I'm going to show you a little trick. 70 plus 60, well, that's 130, plus another 30, well, that's going to be 160. So I'm up to 160. And then another little trick is, if this is going to be off, it's probably going to be off by quite a bit. So that's 160, and then I've got an 8 and a 5, that's 13, and another 7. Well, that gives me a 0, and a 0, it's 20, but you can check that pretty quick and make sure that it satisfies the conditions that you'd initially set or that are set by the fact that this is a triangle and all the angles have to add up to 180 degrees. There you go. There's a quick example on how to use that Triangle Sum Theorem to find the angle or missing angles of a triangle.